Hi, everyone, and welcome to Creating a Motivated, Skilled, Future-Ready Workforce. Our speaker today is Petula Kresamalis from Skillsoft.
Great. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here and to share with you our journey and our lessons learned from introducing digital badges in our own organization. So let me tell you a little bit about Skillsoft before we dive into our experience. So Skillsoft is a large global corporate e-learning company. We serve 65% of the Fortune 500. We have millions of users, thousands of customers, and we serve them with learning around three big areas: leadership training, compliance training, and also training in technology and development to keep up with the rapid pace of change. So we have thousands and thousands of courses in 29 different languages. We're a large organization with a lot of customers. This is what our platform looks like. Our platform is called Percipio. It's a modern learning platform. It's designed to inspire and engage learners. You can see that it has a very consumerized look and feel. And this is the platform in which we engage our learners and we build our business. And an important thing for us was to help turn this platform and turn learning overall into a daily habit. To help create this motivated, skilled, future-ready workforce, we need to bring people in to get them hooked on learning and to get learning into their daily practice. And we are always thinking about different ways to do that. And badging fits into our product strategy in that way, as a way to motivate learners and recognize their achievements. So we took a long path toward introducing badging. This gives you kind of a high-level landscape view of our thought process and the decisions that we made along the way. And I'm going to talk about each of these pieces, but I thought I'd give the big picture first. So we started off thinking, what do we believe? Do we believe badging is actually going to help make a difference in the world of learning, corporate learning, adult learning? So first, we had to be convinced that this was something that was going to matter. Then we went on to say, okay, if we believe this matters, what user experience do we want to create inside our platform for our users? How do we want them to engage in badging? How do we want them to earn badges, access badges? So we started mapping out what that user experience, our desired user experience, was going to be. And from that, we were able to create a set of criteria, a checklist of features that we were looking for in a platform that we would use. So we went through a buy versus build decision, and then we evaluated a lot of platforms to see which one met our needs the best. We selected a platform, and I'll talk all about that. And then we started to make our badging decisions. So what is our badging program going to look like? What do you have to do to earn a badge? What's that pathway? What is the design of the badge looks like? How do we differentiate one badge from another? So we went through a whole thought process and a series of decisions around that. Then we went on to the actual implementation, the integration of the badging platform with our own e-learning platform, Percipio. And from there, we did a big marketing launch and have been growing like crazy, and now are looking forward to see what we do next. So I wanted to take you through this path, the way we went through it, and talk about some of our lessons learned and the big decisions that we made along the way. So let's start with beliefs. Do we believe badging is going to make a difference? This was our starting point. Is this something that's important to build into our platform to bring forward to our customers and to all our learners, millions of learners? So we started thinking around how can does badging have a way to help motivate learners? What role can it play? And we came upon this power of small wins. And the idea that making progress and seeing progress is so powerful in driving motivation and in driving excitement around what you're doing. And so we started thinking about badges as a way to see progress, to make progress visible to a learner, and to help them see that they are taking steps in the direction of achieving their goals. So that was very important as a way of measuring progress. We are also a member of the Digital Learning Consortium, where we did a survey of 5,000 global learners. And one of the key insights out of the survey was the idea that learning is more engaging for learners if it results in a portable record of their achievements, something that they take with them, something that belongs to them and doesn't belong to their company. And so we started thinking about badging not just as a way of measuring progress, but as a way that measurement belongs to the user, that they can access it have it be verified independently of the platform or the employer that helped them achieve that. So this portability became an important factor for us. And with that, the idea of open standards became a very big deal for us. So this was a big part of our decision. And then we looked out into the world to see what other people are doing. And we learned a tremendous amount from David Leeser from IBM and his pioneering work in bringing badges into corporate America. He put a lot of things, fortunately, in the public domain, and he's now a friend of Skillsoft, and we spent a lot of time talking together and learning from him and his experience. And when IBM hit the 2 million badges mark, we were paying attention, and the impact that had on employee completion rates for learning and their aspiration to achieve bigger things like important and big, hard to do certifications, and how measuring progress along the way and celebrating the small achievements can lead to the bigger things. So we learned that from looking at IBM. And then we looked at what the rest of the world was doing. We looked into the consumer sphere, and we looked at what Audible was doing, and they have 15 different activity badges to keep you engaged. We looked at the next generation of learners that are currently, K through 12 students using Khan Academy, and how does Khan Academy engage those learners? And they have 6 different badging families of badges that you can earn. So we started thinking about badges as something that was going to not just engage learners of today, but actually be something expected of learners of tomorrow, the next generation of users of our platform. So we started to see these measures of success, and we started to put that together into a series of beliefs that we have. And we now believe that this underlying game dynamics that you get out of badging, something that you can measure, something that you can achieve, something that you can share, is important. And we believe that it's important in driving motivation and keeping people going. We believe that learners care about a portable record of their achievements. We believe that they care about demonstrating their skills to their managers, to their peers, to their professional community. And we thought badges was the best way that we can think of to enable all of that. So we became true believers in that it could have an impact. And then we started to think, okay, how do we want to introduce it into our platform? What user experience do we want to create? And we looked out in the world to see the different types of user experiences that were available. And then we had our own UX design team start to map out what we might want to achieve in our own platform. So the first thing that we knew we wanted to achieve was to seamlessly embed badging into the platform that we have, into our Percipio platform. We wanted this to be seamless for the user. We wanted them to be inside a course, to recognize that course can earn them a badge, to complete that course and to immediately see that badge, and to be able to access that badge in one click. And then from there to be able to share that badge with others. So we wanted that to be a smooth, seamless process. That was a big insight for us because it narrowed down the field of potential partners for us. We also wanted the users to be able to earn the badge and view the badge right away. We wanted that to be an instant process. We didn't want any friction from one step to the other. So as the users leave our platform and go to the Badging Wallet platform, we wanted simple messages to tell them they were going to achieve all of our legal requirements. But beyond that, we didn't want any other friction, any other steps. We also wanted them to feel like they were still in the Skillsoft ecosystem, in the Skillsoft experience when they were in the Badging Wallet. So we wanted white labeling for that platform. We wanted it to look and feel like a Skillsoft platform. We wanted the URL to mirror Skillsoft URLs so that the learners felt like they were still in their same learning experience. And that means that they can see all their badges inside our own platform. So our platform has a My Profile in it for our users. You see a screenshot of that right here. We wanted users to be able to go into My Profile and see all of the digital badges that they've earned. So that means that we needed a technical round trip from the Badging Wallet platform back into the Percipio platform so that all the badges could be displayed here and then accessed back into the digital wallet from this page. So this is a big part of our vision for users being able to accumulate these badges and to be able to see them and have that be a source of pride. Also importantly, a lot of our users and our clients access our content through other platforms. So we have LMS integrations with learning management systems with SumTotal and SuccessFactors and Saba. Degreed, with Cornerstone, with Workday. We wanted to make sure that our learners could earn badges and access those badges through the interface of any of these platforms. So we were able to put the earn a badge and view a badge directly into our course player, which is accessible from any of these platforms. That was a huge part of our requirements because a lot of our customers access this way. And lastly, we had a long-term vision. We have thousands of customers. Many of our customers use our own content and also create their content, custom content that's unique to their organization. They design it, they build it, and we host it for them inside our own Percipio platform. And we have a long-term vision that all of our customers can create their own customized badges using this same platform capability. So we wanted a platform partner that was multi-tenant, that would enable us to extend this functionality to our clients so they could make badges with their own brand. So Akera would be a customer brand, and design badges that meet their own needs and are unique to their organization and are delivered, again, through our platform. So that was our long-term view, which gave us a requirement around multi-tenant capability of our provider and strong technical integration capabilities. So once we had all of that vision in place and we knew what we wanted to bring to market, we went through a process of thinking about buy versus build. So we already have certificates in our platform. So before we introduced badges, you could get a certificate that indicated an achievement, that you completed a course or some other type of study inside the platform. Our capabilities also enable our clients to customize those certificates for their own custom content that's delivered through our platform. So we spent a few minutes thinking about maybe creating our own badges, making them just images of a badge that could be shared. We thought about that for about 5 minutes and then quickly decided that that was not what we wanted to do because we didn't think that that would yield the benefits to our users that we wanted. We wanted our users to be able to have these verified externally from the platform. And that required us to be compliant with the Open Badge standard. So that's why we're so excited about being part of this conversation, because the IMS Global Open Badge standard is what we're basing our badging program on. And it became the top criteria for us to find a partner, a platform that could help deliver these badges. That would make them verifiable, portable, shareable, all of the things that we wanted. So we made a quick leap from potential buy to definitely potential build to definitely buy, and then started looking at potential partners. So our requirements, just to recap, were a lot around the user experience, the Open Badge standard, but also a very simple flow to claim a badge. Our other big requirement was white label, because we wanted this to be embedded in our own platform and a seamless integration between the two platforms. And we had a lot of technical requirements. So we have 9,000 courses in our platform. So we needed the APIs that would enable us to mass produce these badges and automatically create badges for any new courses that we introduce. We needed a very scalable infrastructure. We have an EU data center. We needed support there. We care a lot about accessibility. We needed WCAG and 501c3 compliant support. So we had a whole series of requirements. And through these requirements, we selected Accredible as our badging partner. They have a very strong technical infrastructure. They have a very strong team. And as a company, they're very agile and flexible in helping us achieve the vision that we set out for ourselves. So once we had our platform selected, we went back to say, okay, what are our badging decisions going to be? What can earn you a badge? And here we had a lot of internal debate. So this visual just gives you a high-level sense of the hierarchy of our content. So we have courses. We have about 9,000 courses in 7 different languages. Many of those courses roll up into learning paths that we call tracks or aspire journeys. So we have like a little bit of a hierarchy. And internally, we had a lot of debate around where would the badges sit? Did they sit? And there were a group of people inside our company that were arguing that the badges should only apply to the highest order achievement that you can have. So to complete an entire learning path called an aspire journey, which you can consider kind of like a MOOC. Here's an example of what they look like. You know, this is an aspire journey called data analyst to data scientist. It's a role-based learning path with a series of tracks in it. Each of these tracks includes several courses in them. So you get an idea of the length of these. There are 96 courses in total in this journey. You know, many, many hours to complete. 4 different types of labs also included in this journey. So it's a very substantial learning experience. So we had some folks in our organization who were arguing that we should only give the badges for these Aspire journeys. We also had another school of thought that we should give them for courses instead. We give a lot of thought to this. We reached out to some other folks in the industry who were doing a great job with this. So we reached out to Wyatt Morris at McGraw-Hill Education to hear how they had done this. We reached out to David Leeser again to hear how he had thought this through for IBM. And in the end, we decided to create a series of stackable badges. So we decided to create a badge at the course level. This is more to drive motivation. These are knowledge-based badges. You earn them by completing and passing an assessment. And then we created a different type of badge with a different design, different color scheme. And this is a skill badge at the track level. So this includes assessments, but also learning labs and active learning. And we created a different badge for the entire Aspire journey. So this is all assessments, all labs, very substantial accomplishment for the learners. Our UX team designed these badges, selected these shapes so that we can fit the names of our courses in them. We debated a lot of different shapes and sizes, and we went with this a scheme just because it gave us more real estate in the badge to personalize it. So this was a very big decision for us. Carol, I want to pause here and see if there are any questions about anything that I've said so far.
No questions. There have been some comments in chat, but everyone's been able to see them. Oh, actually, one question just came up. What were the top functional requirements missing from other platforms? And what, if any, were new development commitments that Accredible had to commit to in winning your business?
Great. So great question. So when we looked at the functional requirements that we had, the biggest requirement for us was this simple flow to claim a badge. So I'm just going to go back for a second to that page here. We wanted the learners to not leave the platform, really, to earn their badge and then to see their badge. So as soon as they complete a course, they immediately get the badge. They don't have to accept the badge. They don't have to receive an email to tell them that they have a badge. They don't have to go into another platform to see the badge. They stay within Percipio. They earn the badge. They get an indicator that says, do you want to view your badge? If they click yes, they go immediately to the badge wallet. This is an Accredible page right here in the third box where they see their badge. And from there, they can share their badge. And we wanted this to be seamless. And so Accredible was able to deliver that seamless experience for us, white labeled, so that when the learner gets to the badge wallet, they never really know they're in an Accredible site. They still believe that they're in Skillsoft. They see a URL that looks like a Skillsoft URL. All of this was really important to us to have the badging provider in the background and our platform in the foreground. And so Accredible has that white label capability as a core tenet of their platform. And that was really important to us. And there are a lot of other terrific platforms that we looked at, and we learned a great deal from all of the experts in the field that we reached out to. But the white label aspect was an important part for us. And it's part of Accredible's strategy, but not part of the strategy of a lot of other platforms. So I would say that was a big decision point for us. And then another big decision point for us was the technical flexibility. So we needed APIs that will deliver that seamless experience, that go from our content publishing platform out to Accredible with all of the badges that we create, so that our curators are only working inside our own platforms and not having to work inside Accredible's platform. So that was a big thing for us. So we have API integrations there, and that enables us to scale. No matter how many badges we create, we are automatically delivering the next name of the badge and automatically generating that badge. So there were really great technical capabilities at Accredible that were important to us, and some API development that they did to deliver that integration into our platforms that was important to us. We also worked with Accredible to expand into the EU data center. We have a lot of customers in EMEA who will only work with us and with our partners if they're in an EU data center. So Accredible was able to do that for us. and also deliver the GDPR that we needed. And we're working still on some of our accessibility requirements, and they're partnering with us on that as well. Accessibility is a big deal for us. We have a VPAT, and we wanted our badging partner to also adhere to that, and that's some work that's underway now. Okay. So after we launched, were there any other questions, or should I continue?
Actually, yes. For learners that already have badges from other sources, can they import them into this wallet? And can the badges be exported into other wallets?
That is a great question. For us, that is the next frontier. And if anyone is on the call from Accredible and wants to jump in and respond to some development work that's happening there, that would be great. From my perspective, I see that as the next frontier. So we have a lot of customers who are using different badge providers. Credly is a tremendous badging provider. We have many customers that are using them, and Pete Janzo is also a friend of Skillsoft and somebody that we've looked to as a leader in the world of digital badges. We would like very much to be able to bring badges from Accredible and Credly together to give our shared customers a single view of the badges that their learners have earned. So that's something that we see as the next step for us.
Thanks, Batula. I think you can go now.
Great. So once we had our badging decisions in place, then we began our marketing launch. And this started in February of 2020. We had pitch decks for our clients. We're a B2B business, so we have a lot of large clients. So we spent a lot of time with each of them explaining what this program was. We issued press releases. We had a blog. We've written articles. We have videos and a variety of things to help tell the story. It was not a hard sell. A lot of our customers immediately saw the benefits from a gamification perspective, and also from a way of helping their learners see more value in learning and be more engaged. We all believe that this is raising learner engagement. We all believe this is raising completion rates and learners' excitement to continue on like a difficult field of study to get a bigger accomplishment. And we have the numbers now. We just reached the 10 million mark for badges that we've issued just a few days ago. So these are February 2021 numbers. So these are cumulative numbers. So we've issued 10 million badges in total so far. And we were fortunate that Accredible is a strong partner. They have a strong customer success team run by someone named Jen Baca, who was a constant partner with us to help enable us to scale this way, and to scale with strong performance, and to scale without any issues. So this partnership was very important. We continue to grow here. The overwhelming majority of our customers are using this feature right now. They can turn it off, but most of them have it turned on and are seeing really good results. So in terms of what's next, here we're building upon a question that was already asked. This interoperability between badging platforms is very important to us, because we want to make sure that our large customers that are using Credly or using other badging providers can create a single view for their learners inside their chosen platform. And that platform might be Credly, or it might be Accredible, or, and this is the second bullet point, it most likely will be a large LMS that they are using as a system of record for all of their users. So we have customers using Workday, we have customers using SumTotal and SuccessFactors and other LMSs. And we are already getting requests to be able to deliver all of the badges that they've earned into their learner records, so that they continue to be that system of record. And so we see that as the next step in building upon our success together, is being able to deliver those badges into those platforms. And lastly, the next step for us is truly stackable badges. So when I show you these badges here, they're presented as a stackable badge, but they're technically not a stackable badge. So a learner will earn all of the course badges, and then they will also earn a track badge, and they will also earn a journey completion badge. And we would like to see a future where once they complete all of the badges that they needed to earn this track badge, that they somehow actually stack, so that the learner can see their bigger accomplishments displayed, with the other badges stacked in them. So those are some of our next steps. I know that that IMS Global is doing a lot of work on interoperability between badging platforms. We're very excited to be a part of that and to try to pilot that within our organization when the time is right. That's, very encouraging for us. And these are our next steps. And, I'd love to take any other questions.
If you'd like, if you have a question, you can unmute your line and ask your question.
Okay. Well, if any other questions come up following this session, please don't hesitate to email myself or my colleague Heidi Hale or Danny at Accredible. Danny is the CEO of Accredible and is great at answering any questions about the platform.
I have one question.
Sure.
Do you track at all where the badges go? Like looking on LinkedIn and seeing?
We do. That's a great question. So interesting insight. So through the Accredible platform, you can share on 100 plus social platforms. You can also share in email platforms. And one of the interesting things that we found is, LinkedIn is the most frequently shared place. But we also have a lot of users that are sharing through email with their own managers inside their own organizations. And through our surveying work that we've done with our own customers, we found that that's actually a very common way to share, to show your boss that you achieved something that maybe was asked of you, or maybe you were being, self-directed and proactive in learning something new, and you wanted to share the achievement with your direct supervisor. So that's been kind of a common path, and LinkedIn has been the next most common path.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And from our perspective, that the sharing has great value for our learners who can demonstrate their skills to their professional network. It also has great value for us. So when we look in LinkedIn and we see our badges all over the place, that's great marketing for us, and something that we had not done before and was introduced as an added bonus of having badges that are shareable as part of the platform. So that was a pleasant surprise for us.
So there's another question that came in through chat. Your user experience research is unlike anything most of us in this space have seen. Do you have any additional insights, best practices, or lessons learned that you observed?
Yeah, our lesson learned, and I'll just go back to that slide for a second, just to have it up. Our big lesson learned in everything, not just in badges, but in everything, is removing friction. So we don't want any stumbling blocks for our users when they're learning. So they're busy. They don't have a lot of time to dedicate. Any moment of confusion or friction or a speed bump on the road is bad. Bad for us, bad for the user, bad for our clients. So we do a lot to eliminate that friction across the platform. And we just applied that same thinking here to the badging solution that we wanted to introduce. So that's one of our insights. Another insight is that learners, because they don't have a lot of time, they like a very simple path. So the reason that we introduced these Aspire journeys is because the feedback that we had gotten from our users, and we had done a ton of feedback on that and are continuing to do research on that. We did something called diary studies, where we had our learners create diaries of every step along the way of learning something new. And we did that with learning Python as a skill. And we learned a great deal about where they get stuck. And the biggest feedback we got from that was simplicity. So take the guesswork out of it. Just tell me what to do. And so when we introduced these Aspire journeys, let me just flip. When we introduced these Aspire journeys, we designed them as linear paths. And we took that same thinking into the badging design. How do we make this linear? We don't want our users to have to wonder, should I accept this badge? Like, what does it mean if I say yes right now? We wanted to eliminate any confusion, any extra steps in the process. If they earned it, they got it, and now they can view it. And so we think that was also a big insight for us around eliminating any kind of confusing steps along the way.
All right, great. Looks like we hit the end of our time. Thank you very much for your presentation, Petula, and thanks for joining us today. Have a great
Thanks, everyone. Have a good rest of the day, everybody.